Welcome back to the Wednesday Night War, and it's been about 2 to 3 weeks since me and Prime got back on here and did the Wednesday Night War. And it just seems to happen that we come back on the Wednesday Night War where both NXT and AEW were at the highest of their games.
Mm-hmm.
We got
COVID. Who?
Exactly. I mean, they had a double champion. Was it 2 championship matches on NXT, and then we got the tag team street fight. There is one thing I did want to mention because I was trying last week to get enough energy to do the Wednesday Night War, only because I wanted to talk about the whole Inner Circle bunch thing that they did, like the Brady Bunch. And it had all the people on there when they was doing the whole slap stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to talk about that so bad. I just couldn't.
Oh, okay.
Could not get enough energy about that.
Kevin Smith, and Jay Muse, and
he's like, was that Lou Ferrigno? Oh. That thing was.
I thought it was Lenny Poffo at first, honestly.
So did I. So did I. And I was like, okay, I see the muscle. The old muscle is Lou Ferrigno. Okay, so. But yeah, having all that and then having the slap with the Puerto Rican slipper, having Sonny Kiss in there, and I was just like, what? I said, what's Virgil? Excuse me, or Soul Train Jones.
Soul Train Jones.
Yeah. So I'm sorry I couldn't get to that. I apologize, but
I seen another people that I seen somebody else that do that, and they did a good job. I sent it to you after we done. But yeah,
okay, I got to see that.
Remind myself. Okay.
But that was good. So we're gonna start off with NXT this week, and NXT we start off with the new Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae taking on Dominik Dijakovic.
And Rebel Heart is no more.
Exactly. So now this Heart and Soul NXT, Johnny Gargano is now him and Candice is embracing the full heel persona with them two now. How do you like it? Because we haven't talked much about it. How do you like the new Candice LeRae and the new Johnny Gargano? She got her hair all dyed white and everything. She don't look bad.
It'd be interesting to see. I just thought this whole thing would have been a fail if he didn't change his theme song. So I'm glad he changed his theme song.
You don't understand how happy I am that theme song has been changed.
I like Rebel Heart. I ain't gonna even lie. I enjoy Rebel Heart.
Yeah, but it sounded like an anime though. I was like, this is not a heel song.
I mean, this is Johnny Gargano. Anime? What? This one seems more heelish, but I don't think he's gonna keep it so longer. Like, I think he's gonna go back to Rebel Heart in like 6 months.
I can see that, or by WrestleMania next year, I can see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
So Johnny Gargano is trying to pull off the turnbuckle post, and then Dominik Dijakovic gets him up in like a powerbomb thing, but then he gets Hurricanrana into the exposed turnbuckle, and then Johnny Gargano hits his finish move. Was it the last D, the springboard DDT that he does now, and pins Dominik Dijakovic with that, and it was a good opening matchup. I thought it was good. I think I like Gargano using the what's it called, the final deed.
I'm not sure what it's called, but I mean, he got new gear too. I'm kind of liking the new gear. What if he start going from like X-Men? I mean, not from like Marvel characters to DC. So he's the heel now.
Yo, that would be the shit though. I would love all that.
Imagine him in like a static shot, in like a static gear.
Oh, bro, that'd be good to see. Because him and Rey Mysterio are the best at pulling off all the superhero stuff. Him and Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio had some weird ones though. His what's one he had last year?
No,
Mysterio.
I think Rey Mysterio's weirdest superhero one was the Silver Surfer. Okay. I didn't like his Silver Surfer one that much.
I would say his Mysterio was odd.
His Mysterio was a little odd, but his Silver Surfer, where he fought Chavo back in like 2012 or something like that, yeah, that Falls Count Anywhere match, that was weird. Or 2007, I think it was. But anyway, so now we're going to the Cruiserweight title tournament, Group B. Last week we had Group A. First of all, since we ain't talk about it, how you feel about what he doing with
that outfit is terrible. Sorry, I just seen it.
With the Silver Surfer one? Yeah,
Yes,
I told you
yes.
that's probably the worst one. I didn't like the Silver Surfer one at all.
One of his best ones is probably Flash to me. That all red
Oh yeah,
and the
Flash.
Daredevil one.
Yeah, the Dare. I'm about to say Daredevil was hot.
His Wolverine one was good too.
The Joker one was good.
Yeah, he did two Joker ones, I believe.
Yeah.
So, but the second Joker I didn't like that much because it just didn't go with the storyline. Whatever, man. Anyway, sorry to get off track.
No, it's all good. So we on Group B, which is Akira Tozawa versus Jack Gallagher, the new Jack Gallagher. And
I don't understand this tournament.
You don't understand the tournament?
I mean, I understand the rules and stuff, but like, I don't understand like we're crowning the champion to not be the champion to unify the champion.
So they had to strip Devil of the championship because he can't get out of his country, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's probably what it is. But you know, I don't mind the tournament that'd be like Group B or Group A because that way we get to see all the competitors face each other. That's the one.
One of the competitors.
Say what?
One of the competitors don't even work for them.
You know what? I was just about to ask you how you feel about the Drake Maverick thing. You know. And I'm just
so
like,
is he getting paid for these appearances, or is he just working for free at this point?
You know, I don't know, but I'm just like, you can tell the man is passionate. Let him stay there.
By the looks of it look like they're gonna push him to the finals and lose. That's what I feel like.
That would be some bullshit to do. That would be some bullshit to do.
This is WWE.
Yeah, well, Akira Tozawa hits his top rope senton on Jack Gallagher, picks up the win.
And what is his problem? Why is he getting wins?
Yeah, because Paul Heyman got a liking to him.
Well, Paul Heyman is on Raw.
I'm saying, but you know, he probably put the word in at Triple H down in NXT.
Get Swerve Scott up in there. Get this dude that y'all bought in Fantasmo. Whatever.
But you know, Fantasmo just lost to Swerve last week.
Yeah, but I think Fantasmo or Swerve might win a title.
I want him to, but the thing is, I'm like, Akira Tozawa is undefeated in his group.
He gonna lose the next two, be 2-2.
Yeah,
like a Johnny Gargano move.
Exactly. He's at 2-0. Next match, Chelsea Green takes on Xia Li.
Chelsea Green with this unnecessary
wet dress,
whatever she had on.
That wet skirt that she had on.
She was kind of a throwback to her other character. She was in TNA. Was it Laura Van Ness or something?
Oh yeah, that crazy thing.
Yeah. Well, but this just was distracting me because all the glitter was on the ring.
Exactly. So it looked like Aaliyah came out to distract Xia Li, and
Xia Li gave her like a, you know how she tried to give her like a big boot through the ropes and just missed, and then Aaliyah fell down anyway, and then she hit an unprettier and.
Yeah, excuse me.
I'm prettier. Sorry, yeah. Right.
Yeah, she hits I'm prettier on her and picks up the win. I'm just like, okay. Is Aaliyah about to join the Robert Stone brand? Because he was extending his hand to her, and I'm just like, Aaliyah and Chelsea Green, I don't know if that worked. I don't think I want Chelsea.
I don't know why Vanessa Bourne and Aaliyah, I thought they worked.
I thought they worked better, and I'm like, where the fuck Vanessa Bourne been at?
I don't even think she worked for them no more. Honestly, I don't know.
Wouldn't it be messed up that she got fired and didn't even give courtesy to put her name on the list of her being fired?
I mean, some people they did. Some people had to, like, had announced hers. MJ Jenkins.
Yeah.
She had announced hers. They didn't announce it.
So, but here is the highlight of both shows in one night. And it is the debut of Karrion Kross. Look. It's Karrion Kross.
That's not my highlight. We'll get to that one later.
Okay, I'm saying, but bruh, it's not even about the match because nobody cares about Leon Ruff. You know it's gonna be a squash match. It's about the entrance.
Okay.
Karrion Kross with the bird coming to the Titantron with Scarlett right there.
Bordeaux.
Yeah, and then he comes right in front of her, walks down, and then she comes, and then she's mouthing the song off and get on your knees and pray and everything. I was like, I have never been this intrigued by entrance since The Fiend. And before The Fiend, it was, believe it or not, Lars Sullivan.
Okay.
No, because I like those unique entrances because Lars Sullivan, remember, they had the camera on him, and then when he gets to the ring, you just see like the light
shadow.
as the moon, and then the whole silhouette comes up of this big freakish guy. I thought that was great. And then of course when I see the Fiend, I was just like with the Bray Wyatt head, I was like, this is just great also. So he,
I was just gonna say, do you think they'll do this every week? Like even when there's fans there, do you think they can do that? Because I don't. That seemed it was a good entrance, but like I don't know, just something about it seemed like it seemed like they won't be doing that entrance.
So okay, basically, so after the the great entrance, Karrion Kross just makes little work out of this poor Leon got squashed by Sheamus on Friday Night SmackDown. So
yeah, he went on Raw and SmackDown too.
Exactly. Okay, NXT Championship matchup: Io Shirai taking on Charlotte Flair. So in some people's minds, it's a dream match. Moonsault versus Moonsault. Not really, because Charlotte does not have a
is that what they was building it as?
No, but you heard Mauro Ronaldo talk about how they both have, some of the best moonsaults, which Charlotte does not, but still.
Charlotte has one of the best corkscrew moonsaults. You wouldn't count that, because it's the only one.
Oh yeah, she has a beautiful corkscrew, but her moonsault is one of the worst I've ever seen. If you go compare her moonsault to Io Shirai's, who has a better moonsault?
Obviously Io Shirai.
Exactly, but hey, so the match was pretty good. Go back and forth with Charlotte, but we did get a proper finish because as Charlotte was about to lock on the figure eight, we get the return of Rhea Ripley,
which was for one not needed, I thought, and for two terribly done in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean it just kind of came out of nowhere, and she just started attacking Charlotte, and then which got Io Shirai disqualified. So as Charlotte gets beat up and goes up the ramp, you hear Io cursing at Rhea Ripley in Japanese, and she keeps saying, "Just shut up, shut up." But backstage, she tells that that she's back, and that that she wants to shut Charlotte.
It was so unbelievable. She had to go backstage to say, "I'm back, y'all."
It basically, I was just like, everybody was like, "Well, why the fuck was you really gone?" But but hey,
I would have just had her stay out until fans were back. Even if it meant coming back next year, whatever. Because she just had so much momentum, and then they killed it. So...
But I think that's probably what it was. They probably wanted to bring her back because if she had came back... Because, first of all, her championship run was really not that eventful in the first place.
Yeah, they built her up so much, and... I don't get on that, but yeah.
Yeah, but I say I can see why they don't want to wait too long. I know her. She probably don't want to wait long neither. So... she had come back. Like I said, it was a whole thing about her probably be able to leave her country again, her visa, whatever the case may be. But so her and Io are brawling in the parking lot area. So it looks like they're going to be having themselves a feud, to kind of carry over to see who's going to be the one to face Charlotte, or maybe have a triple threat match.
I say triple threat, or even a fatal four way, depending on how that Candice LeRae thing is.
Good point. I didn't think of that. Now we're on Group A, where we have Kushida versus Jake Atlas. This match was a very quick but decent matchup. It was one of them, push the pedal to the metal type thing, and we basically in and out. But Kushida puts away Jake Atlas, and he's now 2-0 on his group.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they do to these people when they bring them over. What do they do to these people when they bring them over? Like, Kushida just does not feel the same to me.
Do you think he fell off like Kenta?
Nah, he didn't fall off that bad. Yeah,
it's okay.
He's more like a who can I put this as? I probably need to think about it for a little bit, but he's like somebody that they brought him over. He's very, very good. He was like one of the longest reigning junior heavyweight champions in New Japan. Mm-hmm. And then they brought him over, and he's just there. He's just Martin McFly. That's it. That's his character. I like time travel.
Oh, okay.
Back to the Future.
Well, speak of somebody like time travel, somebody that they brought over that you just can't get with. Your boy Cameron Grimes. Versus Denzel DeJournette.
This guy, man, I feel bad for him sometimes.
if you thought Leon Puff or Ruff was getting jobbed out, this boy here,
this guy is getting jobbed out. He not even like. I went to like an NXT live show and like they had people like how they have people come out and sign autographs.
Yeah.
He got the wrong end of the stick. Like they had like Kairi Sane. She was like on Raw, but she was like at one of these shows. So it was like Kairi Sane, Io Shirai, oh my god, what's her name? It's somebody else, and then it was him.
Mm-hmm.
It was MJ Jenkins, and it was him. And like he was going around, he was like, "Y'all want my autograph?" He was walking in, like, "Y'all want my autograph? Y'all want a picture?" Everyone was like, "No, we're good." And he was like, "Y'all sure?" Like, "Yeah, we're good." Nobody wanted a picture with him. Nobody wanted his autograph. I just felt so bad for him.
Well, Cameron Grimes beats this guy very furiously, but he gets on the mic and wants to pick a fight. Talk about something. Finn Balor was down here. I'll slap him across the face. Well, then here comes evil Finn Balor.
Finn Balor said, "What'd you say?"
Say what?
Which is Finn Balor was just like, "What did you just say?" And Finn Balor already turned that face, he's the good guy in this scenario, but he's still like.
Yeah, I mean, I still want my Finn Balor versus Walter match, so I'm going to find a way to get that first.
Yeah, because I really do not want to see Cameron Grimes versus Finn Balor.
I don't, but Cameron tries to go hit him, but then Balor gets to the exchange, and then Cameron Grimes runs off, so.
By the way, do you think Balor needs a different moves when it comes to that type of stuff?
Like you said another move set?
Like just a different move, like, cause he attacked him and he did like the sling blade and like that little jump punch. I'm just saying, like, if he's more vicious, Balor, you think he should have something else? He should have did the drop kick, the shotgun drop kick or something. Like, I don't know.
No, I do agree with you because it's like the sling blades and everything Finn Balor does.
Yes, and it's like the typical good guy move now. Seth Rollins do it, so it's like more people starting to do it now.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I would agree. It's time for a change up. Main event time. NXT champion Adam Cole, baby, is taking on the Velveteen Dream. So this match was supposed to happen way back during the WrestleMania weekend of the Takeover, because we didn't have that Takeover.
Yeah, when I had my points on the line, that's when it should have happened. Never mind, because they ain't win either, but still.
Exactly. Yeah. Well. So this was a good match, but I think it wasn't that Takeover quality because one of the finish and two because of the time, because we wasn't even halfway through before Roderick Strong and the Undisputed Era came out. And then what is this thing between Velveteen Dream and Dexter Lumis?
They both perverts. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Wow. Hold on, bruh.
That was the first thing that came to my mind.
Don't Enzo this man. Don't Enzo.
No, I'm not even talking about that situation. I'm just talking about in general. Dream is like his it's not his character. He's a sexual being.
Okay, yeah, but I don't. Wow, that is one left. Well,
Dexter Lumis is more of a pervert.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you know where he was in TNA, but anyway, he hits the Purple Rainmaker elbow on Adam Cole, but the referee's distracted. He goes to try to jump a splash out on Undisputed Era on the outside. He comes back in, gets super kick, and then gets the last shot in the back. Or was the last call, last shot?
The last shot.
The last shot in the back, and then Adam Cole beats Velveteen Dream. So, once again, it still wasn't. I mean, it was a good match, but it wasn't the match that I wanted that would be at a Takeover. So, but that was NXT for this week. Now it's time to move over to AEW Dynamite, and now Dynamite is going live right in Jacksonville, which is right near you.
Yeah.
And with the Jacksonville, what's the name of their stadium that the Jaguars play in?
They changed. The TIAA Bank.
Okay.
Stadium.
Well, they were there, so we had like a little.
I mean, sorry, Daly's place. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah. So we had like a half indoor, half outdoor type of matchup here. So we start off with the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes on a 5-match winning streak they had to add versus Joey Janela. Now this match.
Okay, wait a minute. Before we get into this, Cody Rhodes, his last 5 weeks, I feel like he came out. He said, "How can we have like the worst finish possible?" Like his Sean Spears finish was one of the worst finishes I ever saw. He pinned him with a figure 4.
You right.
Darby Allin did his own finish of the coffin drop and pinned himself last week. So I was like, oh, okay, Cody's on like a bad streak of how can we get the worst finishes possible. But yeah, all right, my bad. We can go into the match a little bit.
No, but I would say, this match actually made me grow on Joey Janela.
Okay.
Because because at first I always criticize Joey Janela for just being a hardcore wrestler, but he's not Jimmy Havoc by no means. And him hanging in there with like the likes of Kenny Omega and these top wrestlers, I'm like, okay, Joey Janela, you coming along a little bit. So him with Cody today, I thought was pretty good. Cody hits that springboard top rope cutter that it never looks good when he hits the cutter.
The Cody cutter. That's what they call it.
The Cody cutter never looks good. But then he hits Janela with the crossroads, and then he wins the matchup and gives him a handshake. And then so obviously this is to prepare Cody because at Double or Nothing it's him versus Lance Archer in the TNT Championship Finals.
Yep.
So how'd you like the
match? I got something to say. I got something to say about this match.
Go ahead.
So I gotta get his backstory. I have to get his backstory because of how hilarious this is. So one day randomly on Instagram, I was on Instagram. I see like this hashtag called the Janela Zone, and basically Joey Janela goes live on Instagram like almost every night with this dude and these other people, Leo Rush and all them, calls it the Janela Zone. Basically, just crazy stuff happens. I don't want to explain what crazy stuff happens, but crazy stuff happens. And there's this guy. He's always in Joey Janela's lives. His name is Nasty Leroy. This dude, I don't know how to explain this dude. Okay, you have to look up Nasty Leroy on Instagram. This dude is, I don't this guy. Just this guy.
Big Johnson?
Well, pretty much the black version. This guy is this guy. I don't know what to say, but he was on AEW and he did a dance for Janela because they're kind of best friends or whatever. And I just want to know why. Why is Nasty Leroy? Even JR was like, who the heck is that? Like, see, I can't do it justice. Like, if you know, you know. If you don't know, then it's like funny because I just got introduced to it last week, and like this dude, I can't even. You just have to go. Y'all have to go look up Nasty Leroy on Instagram and look at his lives, and you would die laughing or die of disgust.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna make it a plan to check it out.
Yes.
I'm making a plan to check it out. All right, so we got the return. I just had
to get that little rain out there, my bad.
No, that's all good. So we got the return of the Native Beast, Nyla Rose, taking on Kenzie Page. So this is it's been a while since we see Nyla Rose, but then she's dominating the whole match. Hits a swanton from the top rope, and then hits 3 powerbombs, with the last one being her sit-down powerbomb for the victory over her. And then you see all the ladies that they have in the audience basically staring her down. And then they were like, who's ready to challenge Nyla Rose? I think they got a match coming up to determine who's going to face Nyla Rose at Double or Nothing. But we just don't know just yet.
I think. Maybe. I'm not sure.
Okay, so let's talk about your well, I'm not too mad at MJF. I'm mad at your boy Sean Spears. But let's get into it. there's a bad green screen video package for MJF, and he's basically talking about he has not been seen since his injury, but he'll be back in action next week. And they had the guys come out and switch the chairs and everything like that. So then the chairman, Sean Spears, has a vignette comes up and talking about it's Cody's fault about what happened to Dustin Rhodes because if I had a brother, I would not be able to do just get my brother get beat up like that. So he was really laying it on thick. Here's my thing. Did you peep that Sean Spears had a full beard in the vignette, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then as soon as the joint was over, they go to ringside with Tony Schiavone with MJF and Sean Spears, and he ain't got no beard.
Yeah, I don't know why they do. Well, that probably was obviously pre-taped, like weeks ago when they probably first did it.
But it's fine. But here's the thing: it's continuity issues, though. If it's taped right, and you about to play it, bro, you already should know that by the time. Let me not shave my beard until they show the vignette.
They did this too many times tonight. Like they'll show a vignette, and the person that just did the vignette comes out, or they're interviewing.
Yeah, I was like, why would you do that? Especially next week when that's when we're supposed to get MJF in a match. I don't get that.
Yeah, I don't know. Because soon after they did the MJF promo, they interviewed MJF and all this. So I don't know. And
well,
what did he say? What did Tony Schiavone say to MJF?
Well,
he thought they're gonna be in the match, right?
Yeah, he's gonna be in the match against Jungle Boy.
Did you see Sean Spears? Oh my God, what's the guy's name? Oh my God, what's that rapper name? Oh my God,
which we got plenty of them. Which one?
No, he's not an actual rapper. Super Hot Fire. That's
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yes. Did you see the face that Sean Spears made when he said you're gonna fight Jungle Boy?
Yeah.
Just overacting, terrible. Oh my God. Just terrible.
I agree.
But, yeah. Sorry.
No, it's all right. So next up, we have probably it was a good match. We have the AEW champion Jon Moxley taking on Frankie Kazarian, who has not been in a singles match since January 2019.
I'm gonna have to just first of all, we gotta respect Frankie Kazarian. I was seeing so much Frankie Kazarian slander on Twitter.
Why?
Talk about I've never seen him in a singles match. This guy is not a singles wrestler.
Are you
serious? They must don't know about Kaz, the K-A-Z.
The K-A-Z with the long ponytail. Like, are you serious?
Oh my God! I'm like, this man is an innovator, but
like I'm about to say, see, those are young people. I'm like, no, man, you gotta put some respect on the man. I was watching Kazarian in them Ultimate X matches.
Yeah, but I guess like depending on how far you go back, even if you go back to TNA in 2010 or 11, he was with Daniels in the tag team. So I guess
no, but
even started watching.
If you go back to 2008, he was solo.
I know, but I'm saying like if you started watching 10 years ago, say, and you only see him with Daniels as a tag team, so I can understand if people might not know.
Okay. If
he's like a dope singles wrestler. You know, the people that just started watching and they haven't went back, I can understand. But I don't want to. Frankie Kazarian does not deserve slander.
He doesn't. Because first of all, it was a good match.
Yes, okay. Yes, very good match.
It was a good match. It was one of the best matches. Moxie's in there. If anybody want to complain about anything, y'all just talk about how hot Moxie is not feeling right now. And he's the champion.
Yeah, they gotta do. They must. Now that they're allowed, they probably can do more to build them up.
Exactly. Well, Moxie hits the paradigm shift on Kazarian in a good match and beats Kazarian. And first of all, I like how they're giving SCU all these, like, cause throughout the past weeks they did the whole Scorpio Sky documentary, and then of course Christopher Daniels stands on his own, and then Kazarian. I'm like, so that's a good way not to break up SCU, but also give them some solo time.
Yeah, I mean, It's so weird though. It's so weird to say that I would want a Scorpio Sky singles push because he's a quote unquote young star. But Scorpio Sky's like what 35 and is like mid late 30s, I think.
Yeah, well, all of SCU is old. He's the youngest guy. He's
Yeah,
still old. Yeah.
yeah, I'm saying, but they was building him up as like the newest youngest star sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So after the matchup, the Dark Order comes to the ring. Christopher Daniels, would you mind? Screw the Dark Order. Okay. So they come to the ring and they start jumping boxing, and then Brody Lee comes out and he nails he nails SU because he tried to come out there and help as well, and then he attacks Moxley with the lariat, and then he wants a championship match at Double or Nothing, and then Moxley all he had to do is ask, and then he tossed him he tossed the microphone down, and then he gets attacked again. He takes the championship with him, doesn't he?
Yeah, he took the championship.
Yeah. So we're getting that Luke Harper Dean Ambrose matchup that never finished at Extreme Rules all those years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
I'm actually excited to see that because I know they did good and they work well together. So Brody Lee versus John Moxley, but once again, as you just see, it's still gonna be a good match. But I don't like how the AEW Championship stuff is just being thrown together. Like there's no real universal story to it.
I would give them a pass this time only because they did kind of have to throw this one together because all their plans probably had to change because of people who can and can't be available.
Fair.
So I give them a pass on this one. Just real quick, we might as well talk about this one. They also announced Casino Battle Royal is not going to happen. They're going to have a Casino ladder match this time. So is this basically going to be their Money in the Bank, technically?
Okay, so whoever wins gets a shot at Moxley?
Whoever wins gets a shot at the title, but is it going to be like a Money in the Bank where they just do it anytime they want, scheduled time? Because this is like a gambling thing. So if they win, it's kind of like I'm just saying that will fit more in the gambling theme. But then again, they might not want to be like WWE.
You're right. No,
even though that would be nice if it was like a briefcase or something.
That would be. And this is happening at Double or Nothing, right?
Yes.
Okay, so they're probably going to announce the people that's going to be involved in it probably next week. Or do you already know?
Maybe.
Oh.
No, they might. Sometimes they don't. Always.
Okay, but see, here's the thing though. I don't want to see no ladder match with no Billy Gunn. You know what I'm saying?
I hope not.
You know, because I don't want them just to throw obvious jobbers in there. I want them to actually.
It'll probably be like Darby Allin.
Yeah, well, it should be It should be Darby Allin because Darby Allin was backstage talking to Taz, and Taz was trying to give him some points that he didn't want to take, and I'm just like, you don't want no Super Bowl advice from Taz?
You don't want to know how to pop them hips when you do a suplex. That's Taz's only call that I can remember. Or jam bags. Those two is Taz's only calls.
Yo, that joke made me laugh every time. Gotta pop them hips.
And I specifically remember him like saying that a lot in the Kurt Angle or in the Mysterio match. He said it like a lot. The match wasn't even that long, so you know he said it a lot.
Okay. So we get a video package from Sexy Brandy Rose, responding to Jake the Snake and Lance Archer. Talk about they have studied them long enough, and she thinks she knows what happens on the next confrontation. Today, there's a hole in your plot. This is not 1991 anymore, and if you slap me in the face, I'm going to hit you back. You might not know our family. You might know our family and our history, but you don't know me. Black girl. I'm Brandy Rose, Chief Brand Officer, and from now on, you will keep my name out your dirty old mouth. She sistered him. She can be our big and bad until Lance Archer come out. And then Lance Archer comes out with QT Marshall. Why is she with QT fucking Marshall? But
she's with QT and Dustin. They are the natural nightmares for no reason.
Yeah. So obviously he makes short order of QT Marshall. As QT Marshall, he gets his head slammed on the mat afterwards, and then Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, comes out from the barricade and hits Brandy from behind with a DDT
for no reason.
And I'm just like, was there a feud? Did I miss?
Nah, she just hit her for no. They just get Britt Baker involved whenever they want, like just because.
I'm starting to feel that way. I'm really starting to feel that way. So,
and like, we kind of need Brandy to get hit by somebody. Britt, you can go and do it.
Here
sure.
Because we don't want no man to do it. So after that happens, they roll her in the ring, and Lance Archer turns her around, and then here comes Jake the Snake Roberts with his COVID-19 mask and the snake, and then he comes in there, and then he turns Brandy over. Brandy is still selling. And then he just like double knee plops down around her waist. I'm like, this just does not look right when he did it that way, but okay. And they just spread the snake over Brandy Rhodes. And I'm sitting there thinking like, where's Cody to do out this whole thing?
Yeah, girl, they said Cody hit the showers. They was trying to sell it. They're like, Cody's in the shower right now. He can't see any of this.
I'm sorry, though, man. I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? So, this whole time they're in the ring, and then they have the snake crawl over Brandy Rose, and she's still not down. So it's old school heat, old school Jake Roberts heat, old school having the snake on them and everything like that. So, I
don't know if the snake was supposed to. Was the snake only supposed to crawl over her? Because he looked like he wanted it to bite her or something, and then Jim Ross was like, "Oh, that's just dirty. You know what it's supposed to mean, but that's just low down dirty."
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, well, no. Well,
that's another thing I hate this week.
What?
We did have Jericho commentary. We downgraded from Jericho to Jim Ross on commentary. So, hey.
He said we downgraded. Oh, man. Okay, so now it's time for the main event. Le Sex Gods. the Le Champion Chris Jericho and the Spanish guy Sammy Guevara take by the inner circle. Jake Hager versus Broken Matt Hardy making his in-ring debut for AEW, and Kenny Omega in a tag team street fight. So, look, okay, so the match starts brawling in the ring. Okay, now here's the thing: you gotta tell me the ring stuff, because I didn't start. I missed the match. I came back to the match when they left the ring outside, and when Jericho hit Matt with the bag of ice, which was hilarious.
Okay. He did knock him out with it. Nah, just in the ring, it was just like a regular match. Kenny fought Jericho, and Sammy fought Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy originally came out with like some black tights. Like, when I say tights, I mean like
Big Money Matt tights.
No, like tights, like actual, not the pants, tights.
Oh wow! Okay.
Like actual like skin tights. That like Bobby Lashley wear, like that was tight.
Okay.
And then like they were skinny and black, and then like I forgot what happened. He got beat up or something. Well, he went under the ring and he went to the back and he came out and he was like Matt Hardy from 1999. So I don't know if this is gonna be a thing of Matt Hardy where he leaves or he does something in the middle of a match, he comes back as a different character. That would be awesome. But hey, that was cool the way that they did it.
But that'll be tiring if it's live though.
Well, he sure was tired today.
What?
But yeah, no, not that much stuff happens. Like they get a ladder and a table out. They put Sammy on the table, and he gets up and he does the Matt Hardy, and then does the splash. I had to try it. But yeah, they did the Matt Hardy. He does the Matt Hardy splash.
Okay. Oh, that was great. That was one of the
2 count. I think the Matt Hardy splash was broken up by Jake Hager, and then that's when he started getting involved. Okay. Then that's when they started brawling to the back.
Yeah, they started brawl to the back. So then there's this beer Corona thing where they keep the cold, the ice and stuff in. Jericho takes the bag of ice and literally knocks Matt Hardy out with a bag of ice. Never seen that happen before a day in my life.
Yep.
So
smacked him clean.
And then so him and Hager throw Hardy into the ice thing, the ice bucket, and we don't see Hardy. anymore for a minute. So now that they're in there,
I pretty much figured that's what was going to happen.
Yeah.
When they threw him in there, when he changed the first time, I was like, oh well, yeah, I'm assuming because when he changed the first time, they didn't even like acknowledge it. They didn't even acknowledge he changed because I was like, that's not what he was wearing. He got on like the actual pants and like a shirt. So then when he changed again, I was like, okay, there's going to be like a theme of Matt Hardy.
Exactly. So that being said, now they turn their attention to Kenny Omega, and then they give Kenny Omega a suplex on the steel railing that they have, and then all of a sudden Matt Hardy comes out as Damascus, right?
Damascus.
The Damascus. He has like the whole broken Matt Hardy gear on. I'm like, what? And then he gets in the golf cart. He says, "This event needs to be documented." So
this is
hilarious.
For one, they had the cart like it was like a long walk. It's literally like it's not even that long of a walk, but I guess if you want to make it entertaining, get a go kart.
Exactly. So he's driving, and then all of a sudden you see Jericho. He gets clipped on the side of it, right? But he's not even the MVP on this. So they get Kenny Omega in there to make
weird because he actually I don't know whatever he hit actually hit him and he was like bleeding a little bit in his back or like on his like shoulder.
Yeah, that was something. But when they're coming up full speed after the U-turn and they're chasing Sammy Guevara down with this golf cart, right?
This meme is already famous already.
He is booking it from this cart.
One of the most famous memes, real quick, just not to cut you off. One of the best memes so far is Sammy Guevara is like me, and then 2020 is Matt Hardy and Kenny Omega. So that's already.
Yo, I can attest that's 2020 right there.
Yeah, that joke is hilarious.
So I'm sitting there thinking like, okay, when's he going to do the whole trip and they're going to break like Kane did with Raven back at WrestleMania X7? But no, he's booking it. The car catches up. He turns around and gets launched. I did not see that shit coming. He takes the full brunt of a speeding golf cart and gets launched. I was like, yo, I did not see him taking that bump.
It would have been better if he was vlogging like he do every time he get kicked or get beat up. If he's vlogging it.
Exactly. So they bring him over to this table where there's a cherry picker at, and then they raise the cherry picker up, and then Kenny Omega hits a moonsault off and hits them all down.
Yeah, because initially Kenny was going to die on Sammy after they hit him. Yeah. And then Jake Hager came out and beat him up, so then he just did a moonsault.
Exactly. Off the cherry picker. So
which could have been dangerous, but I'm glad he landed it right.
It was. I'm about to say, yo, it's like it's too high, but it's not high enough. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, so now they're still fighting. The inner circle comes, and Santana Ortiz come, and now they got the numbers game. They powerbomb Matt Hardy through the table where the cherry picker was at, takes out Matt Hardy, and now it just leaves Kenny Omega and the rest of the circle. They powerbomb Kenny Omega on top of the golf cart, then gets the Judas Effect elbow by Chris Jericho.
Which I didn't think was needed. But okay.
It wasn't, but it's the La Champion. And then he
pins. I would have did something else though.
Well,
like
Kenny sold it like death.
He sold it like death. What I'm saying, like, I guess because of how wacky this match was, it could have ended more wacky. Aside from the powerbomb on the golf cart, I probably would have I don't know, tried to park the cart on him or had him hit. I don't know, something.
We're not doing halftime heat with The Rock and Mick Foley. Remember that shit?
Hey, the dude got ran over by a cart.
He did.
I think the way that the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes think of extreme matches is just how ridiculous can we get. They probably be thinking to themselves like, hey, it'd be cool if he jumped off this little scissor lift, don't you think? They said, yeah, okay, we'll do it. I kind of feel like that's how their process goes.
You're right. I agree with you. But so he has a juice effect on Kenny Omega, and then they win, and then you see the football stadium, you see the scoreboard, and you see the Inner Circle logo as they throwing up the birds, and I thought that was a really cool way to end it.
Yep.
Also,
the biggest screens in the world. So
exactly. So, since we went a little bit over on time, who won for the week, AEW or NXT?
I would probably have to lean over to NXT, even though AEW had a great main event.
Okay, I can see that. AEW did have a great main event. I did enjoy the Jake Roberts and Brandy Rose stuff. I you know what? I may have to get the slight nod to AEW this week.
Was it Dash Leroy that did it for you?
It wasn't Nasty Leroy that did it for me, but I did like how Jericho is the greatest at what he does, and him attacking. First of all, him doing a match, cursing out Pineapple Pete, and they get a match next week.
Yeah, but that's another meme too. It was like nobody, absolutely nobody. Pineapple Pete sneezes, Jericho just start cussing him out.
Exactly, or Suge D. You know how they go. But yeah, so guys, that was the Wednesday Night War. It was a close one this week, so it can go anyway. So me and Primetime will split this week, but now we're gonna have to move on.